The Rams are still partying out there after a tremendous win. We've got highlights. My name's Kay Adams, Nate Burleson, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt. Also, absolute stars joining our show, guys. Foo Fighters. When I say Foo Fighters, well, what do you think?
Well, listen, I think at my wedding, Everlong was the reading in my wedding ceremony. In lieu of a Bible passage or something, we had somebody read Everlong. It's my wife and I's favorite band, but it's not about me. Everybody in any walk of life knows the Foo Fighters, whether it's My
Monkey
Hero
Wrench.
or Everlong. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Big Me, it could be anybody.
Best of You, so many good
So
songs. And they're hanging out. Dave Grohl hanging out with Colleen Wolfe right here on our program. But let's get to some highlights. Time for Lead Block.
Let's go to some highlights. Patriots, Rams to Los Angeles. You know what? If we're going to talk about Los Angeles, let's take a moment. All of us give our huge respect to Tommy Tiny Lister and his family. Tiny passed away yesterday at the age of 62. I'm just going to talk over the highlight for a second. Affected us in many different ways, many different projects. Terrible news to get last night. Tommy Tiny Lister, please rest in peace.
Yep, well said.
Now, the Rams went over the top on a 4th and goal and went for it. Jared Goff showed some backbone, showed some toughness, and Cam Newton was going to need a lot of it against this Rams defense because, gosh, they are good. When they flex hard. 10-0 early. They're trying to set up a screen to Damien. It is picked off by Kenny Young, who's going to pick this thing. Look at Jalen find Cam and block him and block him. This is a full entourage. Aaron Donald is sprinting down the field. Who do you think you are, David Bakhtiari? That's a flashback to last week. But this was an intercept. It was a group effort. Leonard Floyd had the rush. Aaron Donald grabbed the running back to keep him going out, which Troy Aikman pointed out is not a penalty. Great play. And then Donald's just going to do this. Play the hits, Aaron. Play the hits. Look out, look out. He tosses him down like a Pop Warner kid playing against the varsity. It's amazing. Just when you come up to superlatives of Aaron Donald, he does things like that to one of the biggest quarterbacks to ever live. So 17-3. Let's get Cam going. The other Cam. They also have one. Cam Akers. Sounds like the amount of distance he ran last night. Through the secondary, setting up a 1st and goal after a penalty on New England. Go to Cooper Kupp blocked well last night. Got a lot of respect for his toughness along with Robert Woods. But when it comes down to it, Nate, he's still doing the toe drag. And we will see you next Tuesday for the Patriots. Maybe we will see you next season as far as the playoffs go. 24-3 Rams in a runaway. All right, so a lot of talk about Cam. What's his job status? What's his future? And I guess I'll have to say it. What is he wearing? Roll it.
Coach took you out of the game with a little over 10 minutes left. Are you concerned about not or being benched for next week or anything like that?
That's not my call. I'm just doing what I'm asked. I just have to still go into each and every week with the mentality to keep getting better, and that's what I plan on doing.
You're going to stick with Cam next week at quarterback?
Yeah, great question, Mike. I'm really glad you asked that. Cam's our quarterback.
What has Cam showed you to stick by him so much?
He's our quarterback. I think we just answered that. I'm done.
Okay, Cam's his quarterback. That answers that. No problem. It has been a struggle for him, of course, through the air. He signs a 1-year deal. A lot to be asked about what his future is after this year in New England. But he is averaging less than 100 passing yards a game over the last 3 weeks. Trying to run the ball, did it effectively at moments last night. Schrags, what do you make of Bill Belichick saying that Cam's his quarterback and how he said it?
I'm confused. We love Cam Newton on this show. I don't know if Cam Newton can operate an NFL offense anymore with what his throws are. He can't throw the ball anymore. We're watching it last night, and I feel for him because I know he can throw the ball. I know Cam Newton's got a cannon for an arm. He had the abdomen pain. I don't know if it's affecting him, but 3rd and 4th down in a big spot here with the game still very much in play. They ran these two weird attempts at a sneak, high school, college type stuff because I don't know. They don't necessarily trust the arm. It wasn't there. They go to Stidham, who wasn't great in the 4th quarter in limited action. And here's how I look at it. You've got a few games left. Is Stidham the guy next year? Throw Stidham in. Let's see it. Scott Zolak's on the radio pleading. Put him in. Put him in. We got to see. We got to know. Cam's not the guy. It's just not there. He can't throw the ball anymore. And they were winning in miraculous ways the last few weeks with great defense, special teams, and Cam being awesome at finding a way to win without having to use his arm.
Right.
It's like playing with quite literally, playing with your arm tied behind your back with what they're doing right now. And I give Cam a lot of credit. I think he's playing beyond what you could even imagine with how that throwing motion and how that ball is looking coming out of him. And I think it might be time to just at least see Stidham. So when you go into the offseason, you know if that's our guy or not moving forward.
Yeah, what do I make of Coach Belichick saying that Cam is his guy? I think it says a lot about what they have in the quarterback room. It says maybe more about Stidham than it does about Cam. We know what Cam is right now. He makes a few throws, and then there's a throw that leaves you scratching your own head.
Right.
But we don't know what Stidham has. So all we have to lean on is the fact that Bill Belichick isn't putting them in. And I trust Bill Belichick so much, it's like, okay, well, I guess Cam's the best option. I'm not going to sit here and be an apologist. No, I can sit here and say Julian Edelman's gone and this is Cam's still learning this. Doesn't matter. Cam doesn't look good within this offense. Maybe Cam needs to take off the Patriots jersey, heal up, and then put another jersey on. I don't believe he's the guy for the future. He wants to finish out the season with Cam. This is what I feel, just a player in me, just out of respect. I don't believe that there is this mathematical belief they're still in it. I honestly believe Bill Belichick respects Cam so much.
He does like Cam a lot.
I'm going to let you ride this out. I'm not going to do you dirty and have you sitting on the sideline for the last 4 games of this season.
You don't think they might extend him another year as a stopgap before they draft a guy? I'm not saying long-term deal. You think that he's out of New England next year?
I believe so. I believe Cam needs to heal up. And listen, it's not like he's skipping balls on the ground like Peyton Manning is last year.
Yeah.
He had a couple throws yesterday, hit Demir Bird right over the middle, wide open, right in the numbers. Cam can throw it. He's just been inconsistent while throwing.
Skeleton of a roster. He has helped keep them competitive.
He has, and he's had some great runs. I don't think he can go into next year with Cam. Like, the fact that we haven't seen what Jarrett Stidham has tells us that we know what Jarrett Stidham doesn't have. Like, him saying afterwards, what's your reaction to saying Cam's our quarterback? That is a terrible insult to Jarrett Stidham. Like, what am I doing here? Can you release me now? I'm obviously not going to play. I think the Cam thing was so captivating because Belichick, pulled the rabbit out of the hat. That was his ace in the hole. It's like, Brady's gone, I'm getting Cam Newton, and I'm going to win a Super Bowl. It felt like that for a hot minute. Didn't work. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to win 10 games first time in 17 years. I think my takeaway from saying he's not going to be back next year, what is this offseason going to be like for the Patriots? Because they're not just going to go down and say, well, we'll rebuild. They will make a dynamic play. Now, if you want to talk about some of the big names, Sam Darnold, some other guys who maybe some franchise guys who won't be with their team anymore, this offseason is going to be wild. And if it's Matt Stafford, if it's Matt Ryan, I don't know.
Dak Prescott.
Maybe, who knows, Nate, for real. I think there will be a dynamic play that is not going to be, well, we'll try a rookie late. I don't think so. I think there will be a massive play because they tried it this year and almost worked. I think Cam is done. I think Stidham is done. I think there'll be a new household name for the Patriots next year.
I agree.
Von Miller yesterday told me that he thinks Andrew Luck's coming back.
You talked to Von Miller yesterday?
Back, yeah, long
We're
story.
burying the lead.
No, but I mean, how amazing would that be? Bill's like,
He thinks
excuse
that?
me, let me call the flip phone.
That's
How great was
fascinating.
Andrew Luck to New England?
Because T.Y. came on the show this week and said, I talked to him. I don't think he's coming back. Von Miller says Luck returned.
He likes this idea of leaving the game for a couple of years and coming back. Thinks he'll miss
like
it
it too.
and get healed up. Maybe that'll happen with Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Cam Newton
Maybe having
even.
Carson Palmer.
We'll see. Retiring in the NFL is over.
Yeah.
Like closing that door, not a thing anymore. Okay,
Josh McCown's going to be playing. We know that.
Ian Rappaport joining us right now at